Hey there, I'm Meg, and in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create a Facebook event using a mobile device. The first thing you're going to want to do is make sure that you have the Business Suite app downloaded. It's the light blue icon in the upper left, and once you have that and you are logged in, you are going to see a screen that looks something like this. Now, the first thing that I noticed is when you click the plus icon, which is that blue icon in the middle, the bottom middle, you don't see event. So in order to get to where you can create an event, you're going to want to click on the hamburger icon, which is the three horizontal lines in the very lower right. And then you're going to click events. And you can see your upcoming events, your past events, and then at the very top, now you can click and create an event. So the first step is to choose whether your event will take place online or in person. You do have to choose one or the other. What I recommend is if your event is in person and online, select in person, and then you can add a little snippet at the bottom that this event is also available online, or you could also add that in the title of the event. So we will be breezing through the online options, but we're going to start with in person. So click in person. You're going to type in your event name and you're going to choose the start time by adjusting the slider option, and then reading and talking at the same time. You can add an end date and time. And we're just going to call that good. And then if you have to go back and edit, you just click on the date that you want to change. And then this setting is obviously the privacy setting. And because you're creating this on your Facebook page, it's automatically set to public. It's a little different if you're creating an event on your personal profile. So you're going to click next, and now you're going to add a location. Now, I've had a bit of trouble with this. What happened was I'd click on location and you can see stuff popping up now, but previously it just wouldn't appear. So what I've had to do, and I've had to do this multiple times, is remove the Business Suite app from my phone and then re-download it, which is a real nuisance. So if your event is in person and it has a location and you really want that set, then I would recommend creating your event on Facebook desktop. You also have a lot more control over the event on desktop. There's a little bit more, it's easier to find settings and such, and I do have a tutorial on how to do that. But continuing with the mobile tutorial, you're just going to click on location and then you're going to search. You can search the town. Sometimes you can search a page name. So I'm trying to find my page name, and you'll notice this is another thing with mobile that I've noticed is that it doesn't pop up. So if you have a Facebook page, or if somebody else has a Facebook page, like let's say you're hosting your event at a hotel and they have a Facebook page, you can set the location as that place. But for some reason, I find that pages don't really show up on the mobile. So again, that's another reason to create your event on desktop. Or what you can also do is create your event on mobile and then go onto desktop and edit it. So let's say that you're good to go. You're going to click next. And then these are your additional options. You can add a cover photo by clicking that button in the middle in the cover photo section. And notice that the Facebook event cover photo is sized differently than a Facebook page or profile cover photo. In order to create a cover photo, if you want to use a graphic, I recommend using Canva. It's a free cloud-based graphic design software, and I also have a course on Canva. You could also just use a general regular photo. So underneath the options below cover photo, if you click on kind of the event name, that's how you go back and edit the details of timing and all that. And then description and category, you can just type in about the event. And then category, you are limited. These are your options. I'm just going to say party and then save. And then you can add a ticket link, whether it's to your website, Eventbrite, something else. And then down here, event settings, just take a peek at this before you click away. Co-hosts is if you have other pages or friends who are hosting this event. Now, your friends may not pop up if you are accessing this from mobile device, so just play around with that. That might be something that you have to do on desktop, and same as with pages. But co-hosts are fabulous because you're not only giving credit to who else is in charge of the event and calling out who's in charge of the event, but the co-host will receive a notification asking them to accept co-hosting the event, and once they click accept, the event will also show up on their Facebook page, which is super snazzy. Only hosts can post. What this slider does is it does not allow the general public to make a post on the event newsfeed, which I usually like to let people make a post on the event feed just in case they have a question, that type of thing. And also if they make a public post with a question, then other people can see your answer to that. But I also, depending on the event, will click the slider posts must be approved by host, just that way you can see them come in and make sure that they follow your guidelines before going public. And then once you are done, you're going to click create event. And then you can kind of see how it'll look. If you add a cover photo, it'll show up at the top there. And then we are going to go through a few additional settings. So promote, this is just if you wanted to pay to promote the event, which I honestly don't recommend doing ads on Facebook just because I've noticed that they are not nearly as effective as they used to be. So in order to really get your event out there, what I recommend doing is clicking this third option in, which is share. So you can share the event to your story or newsfeed. You can copy the link and share it on Twitter and any other social media platform that you have. You can also share the link in your email newsletter. And then more will give you options to share it directly with friends via text, Facebook message, all of that. So discussion, this is where public posts would appear. So if somebody posted on the event, this is where that post would go. And sorry, I bypassed more. I got very excited. So the ellipsis kind of towards the top, this more, gives you the option to cancel the event, to add it to your Google Calendar, that kind of thing, or to duplicate the event. So let's say that you do this event. It's like a similar type of event. You do it, let's say you do it every year. Next year, instead of creating the event from scratch, you can just duplicate and then copy and adjust the time and the date and all that. So that's pretty much all you can do on mobile when it comes to your event. There are additional features, again, that you can access on desktop, such as inviting your friends to the event, which I demonstrate on the desktop tutorial. I will link to that down below. But before we end this, now you can see the event. I just refresh and you can see the event coming up. But remember how we talked about online? Let's go through that. So I recommend, if you're going to do an online only event, going with general, even if it is a class, you have basically the same setup as you did before. And then Facebook Live, this is just if you are doing your event via Facebook Live, and then you have all of these different options here. An external link is, let's say that you are doing Zoom. You can paste the Zoom link there. And then if you have something else going on that Facebook nor I can anticipate, you can select other, and then you can just add the details under the description here. But again, it pretty much looks the same. And you would just click create event and you're good to go. I'm just going to click cancel, click exit. And because this is an event that is not actually happening, I will be clicking more and cancel event, and there will be two different options. Cancel event means that your guests will be notified that the event was canceled, so obviously they'll know. Whereas delete event means that nobody gets notified, which is what I want in this case. So I'm going to click confirm. And that is it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this tutorial helped. To learn even more Facebook tips and tricks, including how to boost engagement and what to post, check out my Facebook Facelift online mini course, which is linked down below. Thank you again, and I will see you in the next video.